It's 12 years since the original Thin Lizzy, with Philip Lynott, Brian Downey and Eric Bell, began playing the few Irish rock venues that existed in 1970. Since then, the band have gone through numerous lineup changes, released 15 albums and over 25 singles, and scaled the heights of international rock success. Earlier this year, they announced their farewell tour, which will take them to the Far East and America and most of the European countries. 2 40-feet trailers and a 20-foot truck for the musicians' instruments, an air-conditioned coach for the 20-man road crew, will cover between 20 and 30,000 miles over the coming months. But it's only when the crew have erected the PA system and lights, the instruments have been tuned and checked, and the band are standing by, that Thin Lizzy is primed and ready to rock.
Are you ready to rock? Are you ready to rip it up? You know what I'm talking about? Are you ready to give it up? Are you ready to dance? Are you ready to hit the floor? Are you ready? If you're ready, we're ready. Are you ready to beat it up? You ready to take it? You know what I'm thinking of? You know what I'm thinking? Are you ready to rock? Are you ready to hit the floor? You ready? If you're ready, we're ready.
Okay, just come down a tiny one. That's good. Next, please. Filament in that one, please, Dennis. Well, that's very nice, thank you. Next one, please, Mo.
The man responsible for the lighting is Ethnic, nicknamed because of his one-time fondness for sneakers and dungarees. The name bestowed on him by Bob Marley and the Wailers during a French tour.
Downstairs, just a really small one, please, Phil.
The overall visual effects on this tour are particularly dynamic. So what does the rig consist of?
What we've got, as you can see from the plan here, is a box truss. Overall dimensions of it are 44 feet wide, 20 feet deep, and hung around the edge of that we've got 252 lanterns, just over 200 kilowatts of power there. So we hang the whole thing at about 22 feet off the ground. Then attached to that we've got a backdrop. There's a sheet behind that that's got 120 flash guns on it, which we use as a lightning effect, and then backdrops behind that.
Right. Now, let's go back to the planning stage. You presumably would have worked with Philip and other members of the band. Did they give you their requirements for this tour, or did you submit ideas to them?
Well, what happens is I basically drew up the plan and I submitted that, said, do you think this will be suitable? Is this the sort of thing you've got in mind? Obviously, yeah, I talked to the band about what they want to do, any specific ideas they've got, ideas that they've seen, ideas that they've, want to keep from like previous tours and so on, to keep effect. Example is the mirror balls. The mirror balls we use as an effect in one of the songs. I have been using it for quite a long time now, but we like the effect, we like the way it works, so we keep it in.
I am just a cowboy, lonesome on the trail.
During the show, is what we see, or what the audience will see, like, is that pre-programmed, or can you improvise on your desk?
Well, it's a curious mixture of sort of pre-planning and improvisation. I know up to a point how a song is going to go a certain way. I know what I'm going to use, but beyond that, I don't know. Again, the rig looks... Sorry.
Presumably you would know the structure of the songs and the breaks.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So you can then improvise within that structure.
That's right, yeah. The whole thing, they're all set out on cue cards. So a cue card will have what the song is, how the song starts. So he'll be playing like at the beginning of the song. And then obviously you're into the song itself, verses and the chorus and so on. That tends to be just slightly buxed, but you know, you do the show, you know, so many times, you tend to do it the same way. Interesting one from my point of view is Sun Goes Down. Not because the lighting's very complicated, if anything the reverse is very simple, but it's the first time in this show I use the aircraft lights, which are really tight pencil beams of light in sets of 8, and they produce a set of crisp-bossing fans in a variety of different colours, and it's the first time in the set you have something which is a complete difference to everything else. So when I get to Sun Goes Down, it's the first chance I get to do something which is perhaps a little more subtle and a little nicer.
The sound engineer for this tour is Pete EUSTACE, the man who's responsible for the sound balance in each of the venues that the band play. So what size is the PA system?
This is rated at about 15,000 watts on the PA. Each box is a modular unit. That means it has the high frequency, the middle frequencies and the bass frequencies all in the box. We've got 9 boxes aside, and each box is rated nearly at, well, 800 to 1,000 watts a piece.
And how much would be left in reserve each evening? I mean, how much do they crank it up?
It depends what kind of sound you're going for. If you want to go for a clean sound, it means you've got to change the actual sound to fit the room. There is some left within Lizzy at the end of evenings, but some bands who really want to become extremely loud and don't worry about the tone too much, then there's not a lot left.
You're also getting into the area of distortion if you crank it up all the way.
Yeah, very much so.
This is one desk here. There's also a desk on the stage. What's that for?
That's for the monitors to fold back, so the singers and the musicians themselves can actually hear what's been delivered. Because unlike an acoustic band, which you rely on the air medium to carry from one side to the other, like the Chieftains, a very natural medium, an electric rock band, the sound becomes very directional, plus it's a lot louder than conversation level, so you need a speaker beside you to sort of bring a guitar over or a drum kit from the other side of the stage.
What would it take to set up the rig?
Well, the lighting crew arrive at 8 o'clock, start setting it up, and if we're flying, because this PA system all goes in the air, where the roof will take the weight, they will come in at 8 o'clock as well, but normally they arrive about 11 to 12 o'clock, and it's up and running by about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
And I think it's a 20-man crew, is it?
Yes.
That's sound and lights?
Sound, lights and back line. And there's 3 truck drivers, a coach driver as well.
This is Wednesday night. Tomorrow was off, and on Friday then it's Belfast, right? So what's the schedule for the next 48 hours?
Load out, rest, and travel to Belfast, watch television, relax basically, take in the culture.